Thai roads are among the deadliest in the world, and most of the fatal accidents involve motorcycles. We already know that, but a recent study now shows that 80% of motorcycle accidents are related to cars cutting in front of oncoming traffic. Honda and Yamaha partnered with the Thailand Accident Research Centre for the full report, which reviewed 100 motorcycle accidents that took place between 2016 and 2020. The study will help find solutions to help reduce the number of accidents. The number found that most motorcycle riders involved in accidents were riding at normal speeds of around 20 to 60 kilometres an hour. Researchers say that many were not under the influence of alcohol, but that many of the victims were young riders. More than 40% of riders who died in motorcycle accidents suffered severe injuries, with 62% of those riders not wearing a helmet. As a result of the report, the Thailand police are being asked to tighten enforcement on people riding without a helmet. They also recommended that there should be a speed limit for around 80 kilometres an hour for motorcycles, as well as stricter regulations on motorbike modifications. The report also recommends that Thai officials come up with new road designs that limit the mix of motorcycles and cars at accident-prone areas like U-turns, intersections and highway entrances and exits. While Dutch national Wesley Hallbuck sits in a Thai jail over charges related to the dodgy money-making website SPM Shopping Mall, which scammed thousands of Thais and foreigners, a GoFundMe page has been set up asking for donations to help pay bail, hire a lawyer and reunite Wesley with his family overseas. The page claims that the 37-year-old father is a victim of a big setup. In previous reports, police said they suspect Wesley was an administrator for the scheme's line messaging chats and that there are around 40 other suspected line admin involved in the scam. A recent Facebook post with a link to the GoFundMe page claims Wesley is not the ringleader of the operation, adding that naivety is at play and he's not guilty. Wesley was arrested last month at Bangkok's Suvarnabhumi airport. Police say Wesley, along with his wife and child, were about to flee back to the Netherlands. Police alleged that around 100 million baht had already been transferred to banks in a neighbouring country. Police suspect 10,000 plus people fell victim to the SPM shopping mall scam inside Thailand. People were paid to click on products, giving products a positive rating to boost the SEO rankings. The more money invested, the more they could click and potentially earn more money back. Wesley is accused of being an admin monitor for the SPM shopping mall website and Line app, as well as inviting people to join the scheme. Several Phuket residents filed complaints with the police, accusing Wesley of tricking them into making an investment. He was arrested on charges of defrauding others and conducting an online scam. The Civil Aviation Authority of Thailand has singled out 8 Thai airlines it still has faith in and believes will stay afloat. The CAAT says that without COVID-19, none of these carriers would have gone bankrupt, and the tough financial situation they currently face is solely due to the pandemic. The airlines listed are Thai Airways, Thai Smile, Nok Air, Thai Air Asia, Thai Vietjet, Thai Lion Air, Asia Atlantic Airlines and City Airways. Never heard of the last two. The CAAT has met with the airlines who have requested the easing of 4 regulations in order to help them survive the financial crisis. One of the rules the airlines want dropped is the stipulation that shuttle buses taking passengers to and from aircraft can only have a maximum of 70% occupancy. The airlines say the rule is impossible to adhere to, given that there are not enough buses available. They also want an extension to the short-term permission that allows them to modify passenger planes to accommodate cargo. That permission is set to expire at the end of this month, but the airlines are calling for an extra 3-month extension. Carriers are also currently required to give 4 weeks' notice if they need to cancel a scheduled flight. They're asking to have the notification period reduced to 2 weeks. The Thai Disease Control Department has launched an investigation after 77 migrants seemingly contracted COVID-19 whilst being held at Thai immigration detention centres in Bangkok. It's understood around 68 of the illegal immigrants are Burmese, while the others are Laotian and Cambodian. They're being detained at immigration facilities in Bangkok. A number of Rohingya refugees are also being detained at a facility in the Don Mueang district of the capital. The CCSA says the migrants who have tested positive were being held together in a small cell. None of the immigration staff have contracted COVID-19 as a result of contact with the detainees, according to officials. The Immigration Bureau has asked health officials for help in setting up a field hospital where more detainees can be tested. The Bureau is currently holding over 2,000 illegal migrants at various detention centres nationwide. Meanwhile, local residents in the southern province of Ranong have voiced their concerns over reports that temporary shelters will be created in the province to house Burmese refugees fleeing from the violent fallout from the military coup in Myanmar. The Ranong Chamber of Commerce says locals are worried the province will become a permanent centre for refugees. The former Deputy Immigration Chief Surachat Hakpan, better known in Thai media as Big Joke, has been appointed by PM Prayut Chan-o-cha as advisor to the Royal Thai Police after being sidelined for 2 years from his former high-profile role in law enforcement. Surachat suddenly fell from grace in 2019 when he was sidelined into an inactive role without any official published reason. He even ended up suing PM Prayut for what he called illegal transfer. At the time, Surachat had been seeking answers from Thailand's immigration chief about a contract to provide fingerprint bio-ID equipment for Thailand's airports. Surachat maintained publicly that the contracts were not suitable for the task. The fingerprint ID technology was eventually procured and implemented after Surachat's removal as Deputy Immigration Chief. He was well known publicly for busting foreigners overstaying their visas or cracking down on transnational criminals. His new role will be police advisor, which is equivalent to the role of assistant commander of the police and involves strategic work for the department. Thailand's Department of Land Transport is asking drivers to use the department's dedicated app to make their annual car tax payments. The DLT says paying via the app will help reduce the risk of COVID-19 transmission and crowds at its offices. Motorists will receive a receipt and their tax disc in the post within 5 days. Thai-speaking drivers can call the DLT hotline on 1584 for more information. Most people still visit the DLT to pay their car tax. Of 500,000 odd Bangkok drivers who paid car tax in February, nearly 398,000 did so at the DLT office, with 60,000 drivers using the drive-through service. Just over 2,000 used the app, 904 used the automatic kiosk. Basically, the DLT don't want you coming into their offices in the meantime, which suits me fine because I found them the least friendly and bureaucratic of the Thai public service arms. I'd prefer not to have a car than have to visit their Phuket office ever again. Checking the air quality and the weather around Thailand today, starting in the capital where we've got bad air quality. Not going to get much better over the next few days. Top temperatures of 35 and 36. Saturday will be overcast. In Phuket, a lot better, moderate air quality conditions there. Continuing over the next couple of days, cloudy conditions and top temperatures of 29. Heading up to Thailand's northeast where we've got unhealthy air quality today. Won't be much better on Friday and Saturday. 39 the top temperatures, a few showers expected. Up in Chiang Mai, the far north of Thailand, 157 is the air quality reading in the capital today. Will improve over the next few days. Temperatures of 40 and 41. Sunny tomorrow and some cloud on Saturday. To the central Gulf of Thailand coast, and we've got unhealthy air today, measuring at 122. That situation continuing over the next few days. Temperatures of 31 and 33. Sunny tomorrow, and up in Pattaya we've got unhealthy air quality as well there. It's going to be much the same tomorrow. Saturday getting a little bit better. Overcast on both days. Temperatures of 31 and 32. Well, a real mixed bag for our Thailand News Today. We do appreciate you dropping in every day. Please tell your friends, maybe even share this file to somebody you think could enjoy the latest in Thai news. You can also catch up with all the latest news at thetiger.com. You can subscribe here. I think there's there's a little tiger. Just click on the tiger and you can subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.